Thank you. Thank you. What a great stage. Look at this stage. Look at this stage. There's no way Joe Biden could use this stage. He would get lost on this stage. No way. By the way, first of all, a couple things I wanted to say. Anybody here serving the Army, will you stand up today? Today's the birthday of the Army as well. We want to recognize you. We want to recognize the U.S. Army. Thank you. Today is also, thank you. Today is also Flag Day. We have a great flag. Don't we have a beautiful flag? It is a flag that inspires people all over the world, and it's a flag that struck fear in the hearts of our enemies. And we're so proud of our flag, and we should fly it, and we should never apologize for flying or displaying the American flag anywhere in this country or anywhere in the world. Donald J. Trump is leading in polls all over. Every time a poll comes out, he is now leading, for example, in Nevada, big in Nevada. He's leading big in Arizona. He's leading in Georgia. And just a couple days ago, polls come out, he's about to take the lead in the state of Virginia. Republicans haven't won Virginia in a long time. And one of these experts is now saying New Mexico might be in play. He was talking last night when he visited with a number of us over there about, I'm not claiming we're going to win San Francisco or the state of California, but I am. But he had a very enthusiastic reception there. And how many of you saw what he did in the Bronx? An amazing, amazing event. Why is that happening? Well, yeah, because you love him, but it's happening because Americans still have common sense. They still have common sense. Americans remember when Donald Trump was president, we had a good economy, and they could afford the cost of living. Here's what you'll never read, they'll never say it, but it needs to be said. When Donald Trump was president, almost 7 million people were brought out of poverty under Donald Trump's presidency. When Donald Trump was president, we had very low inflation, historically low inflation. When Donald Trump was president, interest rates were under control. But now we have Joe Biden. Under Joe Biden, people know the cost of food, completely out of control. The cost of housing, the cost of gasoline. People know that interest rates are out of control. Can't buy a house. And even if you own a house, you can't move because then you got to buy a new house in the high interest rates. People are using credit cards to be able to pay their bills at the end of the month. Americans know that under Donald Trump, Americans were prosperous. And under Joe Biden, our economy is a disaster. A disaster. Donald Trump is leading because when Donald Trump was president, America was safer. Safer. When Donald Trump was president, our border was secured and not out of control. When Donald Trump was president, ISIS was out of business. He wiped out ISIS. And when Donald Trump was president, we didn't have wars all over the world breaking out. But now we have Joe Biden. And under Joe Biden, the world is completely out of control. Completely out of control. Under Joe Biden, we now have terrorists and criminals and drugs entering this country across an open border, and he invited them to enter the United States of America. Under Joe Biden, ISIS, which had been wiped out, is now back in business. And under Joe Biden, we have wars in Europe, we have wars in the Middle East, breaking out all over the place. Americans remember that under Donald Trump, we were safe, and under Joe Biden, we are not. Americans remember that under Donald Trump, we were respected. We were respected in the world. People forget this. We have to remind them of this. When Donald Trump was president, Kim Jong-un in North Korea stopped firing missiles. When he was president, when Donald Trump was president, Iran was broke. And when Donald Trump was president, Putin wasn't invading anybody. But now we have Joe Biden. And with Joe Biden got America humiliated by the Taliban in Afghanistan. Putin started a war in Ukraine. Hamas killed 1,200 Israelis in a horrible terrorist attack. And right now, as I speak to you, there is a nuclear sub from Russia 90 miles off the coast of Florida in Havana. That never would have happened if Donald Trump was president. So they know this. So the Democrats realize this. They realize we can't win on the record. So what do we need to do? And they're not going to win on the candidate either. They have a mentally incompetent man as their candidate and as our president, unfortunately. And I don't say that with joy. I say that with the observation we all have, and our enemies see it too. It is humiliating for our country to have a president that goes overseas and has to be taken by the hand and guided around by foreign leaders. It's a humiliation to the country. And it's a danger to the country. Because you know who else is seeing that? They're seeing it in Beijing. They're seeing it in some cave in Pakistan or Syria or Iraq, wherever ISIS is hiding. They're seeing it in Tehran. So they can't beat him on the issues. They can't beat him with a candidate. And so what they do is they wage all-out war on his followers and on the man. And there's nothing they won't do. They will put people in jail over it. They will persecute people. They will get the media to cooperate in covering up the Biden family corruption. That's what that laptop was about. It's not about embarrassing pictures. It's that it proved that the Biden family was making money from deals with foreign entities. And that was kept from the American voter. And they used the courts as a political weapon. Multiple indictments, lawsuits and civil actions designed to bankrupt Donald Trump, designed to silence Donald Trump, designed to jail Donald Trump and keep him from campaigning. And still he leads because the American people see it for what it is. They see it for what it is. These people will stop at nothing. There is no line they won't cross, no rule they will break, no norm they won't ignore, and no law they won't violate in order to stay in power. That's what we face, and that's what he's facing. Today we gather here on the birthday of the 45th and soon-to-be 47th President of the United States. Guys, Donald Trump doesn't need to be in politics. He's made a lot of money. He has a lot of things to enjoy. He's got a great family. Frankly, I want to be honest with you. Sometimes I say, why is this guy doing this? He had a great life. He didn't need to be in politics. There's only one reason why someone like him would be in politics, with all of these hassles, with all of these things he has to put up with. There's only one reason. Because he loves our country and he wants to save it from people that want to destroy it. A lot of these people that get into politics and they make money from it, they leave richer from politics. Donald Trump is one of the few, maybe only people I know that politics has cost them money. Cost them money to hire lawyers and all these people to fight these crazy, deranged efforts to keep him from the ballot. They went to court to keep him from getting his name on the ballot. And so I would say to you today, to remind ourselves, he's not doing it for him. He doesn't need this. He's running for president. He's putting up with all of this because he's doing it for us. He's doing it for America, the country that he loves. He's doing it for the nation that will and be destroyed and cannot survive another 4 years of what we have right now. And so the best, I don't speak for him, I'm just telling you, the best gift that you can give on his birthday is to go out and work, is to go out and vote, is to go out and win this election so he can go back in the White House, so he can save our country, and so he can do the reason why he's been in this in the first place, to make America great again. Thank you. God bless you. Let's go win.